Now, the average price tag on a home is on the brink of reaching a new record level. Property portal Rightmove said that the average asking price stood at £309,400 in February, up by 0.8% from the previous month. Well, other websites have also recently reported surges in activity at the start of 2020. Well, here to discuss that is co-founder and director at Guild Living, Eugene Marchese. Eugene, welcome to you. Are you surprised to see prices touching an all-time high?
And, I think what we're seeing is a reaction to confidence back in the market now that things have been sorted. Boris has been elected and Brexit is now, there's some certainty around Brexit. And I think that typically what happens after a period of uncertainty is you start to see movement in prices that react to that pent-up demand.
Anecdotally, it sounds like there's a bit more interest from prospective buyers, but there aren't enough properties coming onto the market right now.
I think when confidence isn't in the market, buyers tend to hold back. Sellers tend to hold back, and buyers then drive pricing up because there's not enough supply. What we believe is now that now is the right time to unlock supply. And what we're doing, we believe, really feeds into assisting with that unlocking of that large portion of households that it is owned by older generations.
Yeah, you're specialising in urban living for older people. What's the attitude of planners like to that?
Oh, we're getting really positive feedback when councils understand that the offer that we are making with Legal & General is very different to the traditional retirement or care home offering. We are very much an intergenerational, open to the whole community type of environment. And so councils, when they understand that, are really receptive.
And that means, presumably, there's a lot of potentially unused retail space coming onto the market in town centres in years to come. You want the consents to be able to switch that to residential?
That's right. We are urban for a reason, because we believe that placing older people back in town centres really helps not only to reinvigorate their lives, but also reinvigorate high streets. That re-engagement with people. And remember, our residents are there from 9 till 5 rather than leaving on a train going into central London. And so that foot traffic that doesn't occur during the day when people have left is really reinvigorated by the residents that we have there all day.
Now, as we speak, we're still on course for a budget on March the 11th at the moment. Is there much that the new Chancellor could do to encourage people to downsize?
Oh, very much so. We believe that there should be some thought around policy that helps people make that last move, unlocking that family home. There's, just as a statistic, there's over 12 million people in the UK over the age of 65. And when you compare the number of people over 65 who live in a retirement environment with countries like Australia, New Zealand, the US, who are sitting around 10 to 15% of that population who live in retirement, in the UK it's less than 1%. So you could immediately unlock all that housing that is typically 3 or 4 bedroom homes that is probably better suited for young families, and move older people into housing which is better suited to them, more age-friendly.
So but how do you do it? What are the sort of incentives that the Chancellor needs?
Stamp duty is a very big one. If there was some provision for a stamp duty abatement relief for someone who moves into their last home, into a retirement environment, then all of a sudden that impediment that goes straight to the bottom line of someone selling their home, we believe that would be a huge positive in allowing people to make that decision.
Of course, the recent speculation on stamp duty is going to be was talk of a mansion tax. How damaging would that be to the market?
Look, I think any wealth tax has an impact on a market. That's why we believe that the actual opposite of that, of relief of stamp duty for someone moving into a retirement environment, actually has a positive impact on that market, because you release that house that then someone a young family buying into that home, then pays stamp duty.
Of course, for that to happen, though, the supply of retirement accommodation has to be there, doesn't it?
That's right. The amount of retirement housing that is delivered in the UK, the next generation of retirement housing really needs to increase significantly.
And what parts of the country?
So we're right across the whole of the UK. We're looking in markets that are typically have large populations of older people, because we know that there's not much option for them at the moment, and we're in town centres. So anywhere where there is a larger population of older persons, where high street, or we can keep them urban and keep them connected with the services and facilities that high streets provide.
All right, Eugene Marchese from Guild Living, great to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.